I have 5 children. I have only one son, Emir. And Emir was murdered in 1997 when he was 20 years old. After he was murdered, I was devastated. I didn't want to live anymore. It was so painful, I could not imagine living through that kind of pain, and I did not want to live anymore. The young man who murdered my son was only 19. Emir was 20, he was 19. When the jury came back with the sentence of found guilty for first-degree murder, his mother screamed and cried, and it sounded exactly like my scream and my cry when I found out my son was murdered. I just felt a calling to tell my story. And my daughters and I, we sponsored 2 major conferences on drug-related homicide. I knew that this was God because I could not stop. And I had friends after I had my first conference that said, well, okay, this was great, but it's kind of morbid. And why would you want to keep doing this? Let it go. And I was like, well, where's it going? You know, let it go. So sometimes I would say, you know what, maybe they're right. Maybe this should be it. And then when I would say that, maybe a week or month, I would get a call from someone, a friend or associate, and they would, you know, I have a mother who's lost their child. It's been murdered. Can you talk to them? I had a father whose daughter was killed, and can you talk to them? So I said, you know what? This is what God wants me to do. And if you don't want to be my friend, so be it. You don't have to be my friend. So that's how it was for me. I lost some friends. Murder is scary for people. There's a hierarchy to murder. If you are white and affluent, your murder means something because your life, you could have been a professional, you could have been an artist, you could have been the president. So your life is really, oh my God, you were murdered. But if you are minority of color, African American, Latino, then you must have caused your own murder. You were doing something. So that's your fault. And my answer was every murder is real. It's real pain, it's real suffering, it's real loss. It does not matter. That is that person was human, So that's why it's called Every Murder is Real. And that is also the name of my son who was murdered when he was 20 years old. His name is Emir. The thing that I find really attractive about Quakerism is the fact that my activism, my work with Emir is worship. Actually, my first gathering, my workshop was spirit-led activism that I attended. And that is what I find very attractive because it's not separate. That you just don't go to church on Sunday and pray and sing and do what you do, and then the rest of the week you're a jerk, or your work is separate, and the way you act at work is not how you act in church. And so the fact that all of it is meaningful and all of it is worship is what attracts me. When you talk about holding people in the light, when you talk about seeing the God in everyone, who wouldn't go for that? Even though it's difficult, just the idea is revolutionary for me. When I get up in the morning and get myself ready for the day, I say a prayer. God is in me, through me, and all around me. I go into the world giving love and receiving love and looking for God in everyone. So when I do that, when I go out into the world, then I'm not looking at your clothes and I'm not looking at your hair and what station in life are you, and I'm able to look at people in their eyes and smile and greet them and not be afraid of them, because a lot of what happens is fear of who we don't know. And so if you can see the God, even though you may not actually see it, but it's there.